Oh my god, I cannot believe I'm making this video. Uh, if you have not been on Reddit for the past day or two, um, give or take, if you see this post right here, this is exactly what's gonna happen. What we fear will happen if Niantic does sell to whatever that Saudi company is called, Scopely, however you want, Scopely, I don't know, however you want to pronounce that company. Um, I thought I'd try to be optimistic about it. I tried looking at the reviews on Google. Like surprisingly, all of Scopely's apps are in the 4 stars, like 4.1, 4.3, compared to compared to Pogo on the Android app, on the Google app at least, it is a 3.9. I don't know what it is on the Android app or whatever third party or whatever third smaller company app it is on. Um, but this acquisition, I would say, will probably kill the game. I'm not even. It's with kill the game of microtransactions to the point where even me, I'll admit, I've dropped thousands of dollars into this game. If you see I'm level 50, if you see my stats in my last video, how much rare candy and rare XL candies I have, you can probably tell, yeah, I put in money into this game. Why? It's not. It wasn't like it was not. It was. It wasn't like pay to win. It was just more of my dumb. I have disposable income and I'm dumb enough to put money into this game, but money was like I use it to have fun and like not to struggle with I guess not missing out. And yeah, Niantic has been implementing this FOMO aspect ever since lockdown. Um, and I'm not bashing anyone who can't afford to play this game. Like if you're free to play and if you got to level 50, props to you. Like that is something that I could never have been able to do without actually spending um, insane amount of time. Because let's be real, if you don't spend money in this game, and if you got to level 50, then you put a lot more time than I have into this game. It is by far. The grind aspect, sure, it would be fun once in a while, but like anyone who doesn't spend money in this game is probably not level 50 or the highest level. And you know what? That's completely fine. But stuff like this of what I'm seeing right now, um, just to have a paywall, going to have a paywall for this, that's not something that I would be expected of this game anymore. And you know what? Right now, I'm right now I'm not talking to Niantic. I'm not even going to address or respect Sculpey for the moment. I want to talk to Nintendo themselves directly. If you care about this game, if you care about the player base of what this community has become, then you will have the self-respect to say no to Niantic selling to Sculpey. If you have any self-respect of the player base and what they've done to other apps that they acquired, you will have to say you are going to say no. But at the end of the day, if all you care about is money, then go ahead. Because if you that's all you care about, you're gonna kill the player base. And for me, I am I'm not I wouldn't say I'm a big time whale. Let's just say let's just compare this in terms of in Pokemon. Are whale lords, all right, and then there are whale mers. I would say, yeah, whale mers are pretty large. I'm a whale mer, honestly. Like I will spend money in this game, right? And then there are whale lords, absolute whale lords, who would dump no matter what, hundreds of dollars into raid passes, hundreds of dollars into events, and yeah, that's respectable. That's how you get your money, and that's how we keep this game going. Because people who pay for events, drop hundreds of dollars, keep the game going for other people who are free to play. Now, if you kill the Whammer base, if you this is a horrible analogy, but if you continue to kill off all the whales, no one's gonna pay for this game. No matter how much money you get from selling our location data, will probably not suffice to keep this game running, and you're gonna kill the game. And you know what? I spent years of my life playing this game, and I had tons of fun. I met a ton of great people, and people came and go, and that's completely normal. But if you continue to care only about money because of your poor decision making, um, that's something that that's you're gonna kill every single one of those people who actually pay the game. And man, 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 Nintendo, what's the thought process on this? Were you in this deal? Were you in on the board meeting when Niantic was talking to Sculpey? This is your most popular game. This is your cash cow, and you're deciding to sell to a horrible company. What's wrong, Niantic? Niantic, what's wrong? What's wrong, Niantic? Tell us. Why are you making this deal? Are you being forced? Is Nintendo not liking your if it's Nintendo not liking your business plan and you're selling to another horrible company, even worse than you, Niantic, even worse than you, Niantic, you don't have the backbone to tell us why you're making this deal. In the coming weeks of this deal, so who doesn't have the backbone to tell us? Is it Nintendo that they don't like Niantic, or is it Niantic doesn't can't agree with Nintendo on how to move forward with your business plan, how to make this game better? Let's be real. You've lost so much money since you made that decision to cut back on remote rates. You've lost half half of your income. And the game, for better or worse, moved on. Wasn't that bad. I mean, GBL was terrible. I'm not even gonna go into the battling aspect, like the main one, the pillars of Pokemon. I'm not gonna go into that. We've moved. I've moved past on this thing. Um, but how can a company like United decide Scolipede was the better choice? Obviously, I think what we as the community. I'm done talking with Niantic and Nintendo. I'm talking to the community right now. As far as what we can do, I guess email. I guess email Nintendo themselves. Talk to Nintendo themselves and make it more vocal on Reddit that this deal is the worst thing ever. You're gonna kill the game, and people will lose respect for Niantic. Um, I will lose respect for Niantic if this deal goes forward, and I think everyone should as well. Because this deal, this paywall, this it's not going to be free to play. As what if you're on Reddit, you should know, or if you're on Reddit, you've been reading this, you know that this game, this Pokemon Go game, has always been free to play. In short, they limit to you. In short, there should be a limit to how much stuff you get in the game. If you're free to play, that's fine. But us whale, but the people who pay for resources and events should be heard, should have their opinion on not going to Scopy, Scopely. I'm dyslexic. Don't. It's that simple. I'm dyslexic. Um, and how, as a community, we can move past this acquisition. It's not an acquisition. It's an absolute dead, dead on arrival deal if this thing goes through. Um, and I swear to God, the first, the first pay wall in the game of if they I swear to God, if they remove core features in Pogo, um, like this right here, if they implement this, I'm done. The game's gonna be uninstalled. The game's not gonna be uninstalled. I am. I will be moving forward onto other games. GTA 6 is coming out in December. You know, I'm a huge GTA fan. I mean, I mean, that's just gonna be something. I mean, if I want to move forward on something on a different game. All right, what's gonna be my final word? Niantic, and Nintendo. All right, my final message to Nintendo themselves. If Scopely, Scope, Scopely, yeah, if Scopely implements a paywall on core features of this game, is dead in the water. No one's gonna pay for it. Let's just say, for example, if there's a really good community day where a lot of people want to catch as much as they can. Obviously, no one's gonna catch obviously no one's gonna catch what? What's the limit? What's the max? Like 300 per hour or something like that. If there's a community day and you cap the limit at like what, 400 catches, and then you have to pay to continue to catch when you have an hour and a half left of community day, what's the point? There's no point in that. And if Scopely implements that, everyone's gonna stop playing. No one, you're gonna kill the vibe. It's all about vibes, man. It's all about vibes. And then right now, your vibes horrible. This deal horrible. Maybe that's what we do. Yeah, that's what we do. Tag Nintendo. Tell them to boycott Scopely. And yeah.